Do you remember?
Ooh, the worst is when you don't remember something
And you do it again?
You know, the dudes, and you're like,
I don't know.
Can't help you there.
Well, yeah, I'll finish telling the story after we clap the intro.
What up, y'all? Treto without a radio. I just realized I didn't turn the screen, so I don't even know if this is recording. So this is like a gamble. No, let's it's 50-50 chance. I don't remember because when you were talking, I hit it, but then I was like, whoa. So I don't know if I hit it to stop because it was out of focus. But now it's like now we're deep. Now we're sinking with the ship. If this
all right, well, fuck it. I don't even know if we're recording audio.
Yeah, I really should check that though.
No, it's. I only heard the one beep, right?
I know I stopped it though because it was out of focus. So I was like, whoa, hold up, and then
I'm just gonna flip it. I'm just gonna flip it.
You sure? Yo, hot intro. Treto without a radio. We've been doing this for almost 110 episodes. Thank God it is recording. All right, cool.
Yeah, we're fine.
We're good. It's all about repetition, baby.
Yeah, see, eventually you get to the point where you just do it out of muscle memory and you don't even know what you're doing anymore.
Yeah, when I'm editing, it's all muscle memory.
Yeah, it's like when it's perfect.
What?
So
great transition.
I was saying, I like in my head, I realized how great this was.
Nice.
So before we started recording, I was telling Treto about how I was filling out an email and sending some stuff out to an insurance application or an insurance company. And I had called them last week while I was driving to Rockford for a show that we'll get into later.
Which we will get into.
And
now I'm excited.
While I was driving, she was like, yeah, so, this is the email. Send all the stuff here as an attachment. And then somebody will contact you. It'll take a few days to process. Somebody will contact you and you can set up an appointment or whatever, right? And so this was like Friday 3 o'clock whenever I was leaving to Rockford.
Yeah.
And so she's like, yeah, you could submit them today, but, probably nobody will look at it until Monday. So,
right, to the weekend.
Yeah, if you submit it on Monday, it'll probably be the same thing.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, cool. So I just didn't do it. And I was like, I'll wait until Monday. And so I was in the process of writing up the email. And I was like, this is kind of weird because, she never gave me, a claim number or a file number or whatever.
So you just assumed that she knew what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm typing out the email. I was like, this is really weird. I wonder if I had to type this out the first time because it's the second time that I do the go through this process, right? Okay. And so then I looked for the email address in my inbox or just in my Gmail, and sure enough I see it, and I saw how I wrote it up, and it was really well done.
Nice.
And I saw how I wrote it up, and the subject was my first name, last name, claim number, and then the claim number. Oh. Okay. To make it easy on them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I didn't get one of those this time.
Oh shit.
So I copied it over and I just put my name on it and I just put claim and then nothing else because I don't have a fucking thing. So in the description I was like blah 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 blah. I didn't receive a claim number when I was on the phone when I called in last Friday.
You're all explaining yourself?
Yeah,
So what happened was
cover my ass.
Customer service didn't give me a claim number and I feel very
I feel cheated.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, here's my account number, my account number. And so my hope is that by giving them my account number, they can
they'll figure it out.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
They'll filter it out.
But I do want to say I take back my thank you. You've been very helpful to the support lady who answered.
Thank you so much for your thoughtful.
Yeah, because we had a whole back and forth, confirm the email address twice.
So they were trying.
Yeah, so they were doing. They made sure I got the right email.
Yeah,
I was
steering you in the right direction.
Yeah, so this is great. And then at the end of the call, and this is the part that gets me after the fact, thinking about it now, is I was like, okay, so I just need to email, and then I said the email, and do this with the attachments, and I'll be good. She's like, yeah, that's it. And I was like, all right.
So this is the lady at customer service. Yeah, Mr. Rene, that's it. Go ahead and you have a great day. Oh, thank you so much for your help. All right, thank you. And then she hangs up and it's like, you fucking forgot your claim number. Fuck. So it's like, do I call him back? It's Friday. I want to go have margaritas with Stacy.
So I wonder, if on her end, the second we hung up, she's
that's
like,
what I'm
fuck.
thinking. Yeah, she's like, fuck, he's gonna be super confused come Monday.
Yeah, so and I am.
She's probably thinking of you Saturday.
Saturday, she's trying to have a good time and she can't because she's like, fuck, I forgot to give him him his claim number.
It's like, Barbara, what's wrong with you? Just enjoy the night. No,
like,
you don't understand. I have this client. I didn't give him his claim number.
How is he supposed to file his claim?
I got to call him back, but it's just I don't have his number. There's so many calls that come through the center. Damn, dude. You just messed up her whole weekend.
She just got fired.
Shout out to Barb.
Yeah, and so allegedly what I was told on that call on Friday was after I submit the formally email them and submit the claim, then like a couple of days from then is when I'll get contacted back to set up an appointment.
I hope it's Barbara. Thank God, I've been thinking about you for the last 5 days.
I haven't slept.
I'm so glad you wrote this email. Oh man,
like I've been watching everyone's inbox like a fucking hawk.
I've been hounding this email down. Thank you so much. I told my boss it was real. She's on the verge of getting fired.
Right?
Like her boss is like, listen, if we don't get this email and you're making this up, this is the last straw.
Yeah, like you're always making this shit up, Barb.
Yeah. I know it's Friday, but okay. So they hit you back.
Well, that's the thing. They hit me back today.
Oh, okay.
I didn't submit anything yet. I just told you, like, I'm barely drafting the email.
Oh, okay. So they're ahead of their game.
Yeah, so they're ahead of the game. And so now I feel a little bit worse because I was like, because part of me was like, well, they already called me and they already, it's already scheduled for Thursday. So, like, do I even need to bother sending them the email anymore? But, like,
but don't they need the attachments?
Their standard process, is to do that. But I was like, well, if they really need it, then when I go, we can just, like, I could give it to that guy,
What were you doing when you got to Rockford that was so important you forgot to send this email?
Working.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was working.
Oh, were you? Oh,
yeah.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah, that's
right. I
right.
thought you were having fun. I was going to make you feel bad because
I was working. I was working. I got my my 401k document.
Oh, that's right. You did mention that. Yeah.
Did all that shit.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's a
by the time I got to Rockford, I was already doing like 3 other things.
I think you're good. However, if you don't send the attachments, that might delay your process because they're like, wait, we never received the initial request.
I already got the.
You already got the shit you need?
I already got the shit I need.
Oh, you're good.
Nah, I'm still gonna send it though.
Oh, hi. As per my last email that has nothing to do with this email.
Yeah, and I considered it for a second. I was like, what if I just put the old claims number on here?
Nah, you can open up a whole fucking.
Yeah, but at least that way they can type in the claim number and be like, oh, this is an old ass claim. Let me look for a newer claim because it will be under the same account.
What if they see the old claim number? They're like, oh, I don't know how this got in here. Let's throw out the whole claim together. This was already worked on. This is processed.
This is done.
This is like 2 years ago.
It's 2019.
I don't know how this snuck his way into the new ones.
Yeah, you're right.
It was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm gonna just send the email later tonight.
Yeah, just put claim NA.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna put NA claim number and then just provide them with my like account number.
Yeah. God, I really knew what we're claiming here because now I'm invested. Now
I'm claiming a dependent.
Oh, Charlie, come on out, bud. No.
Everyone, give it up for Charlie.
Renee's 6-year-old son. You didn't know about.
Oh shit!
Oh what? Man, when were you in
my iguana?
No. What? Pet insurance? Fucking Charlie.
Yeah, can you claim a pet as a dependent? Because they do depend on you.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Like you're the sole provider for that animal.
Yeah, right. Is there any benefits though for claiming them? I mean, obviously you're.
Do you get a bigger tax break or something?
How much do I spend a month on my dog?
Because it has to be.
It has to be a lot.
A decent amount, especially like you got pet insurance, you got pet doctors, you got pet food, you got like clothes, vaccinations.
Well, clothes is optional. I didn't have to buy her that cool ass sweater, but
they don't know that.
Yeah, you got food. You got
food, toys, recreation.
School. I'm trying to think. Haircuts.
Haircuts.
You
grooming.
You got grooming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Grooming products. That's what that's called.
Yeah.
Remember last episode, 2 episodes ago, where we were trying to talk about soap?
Yeah, we're like, it's not called like.
Yeah, it's not like household cleaners.
Like human.
Yeah.
Like fucking soap.
It's human grooming.
It's grooming products.
Grooming products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which not necessarily shampoo. It could be like gel.
Yeah. And like toiletries is.
Yeah, like shaving cream and shit.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know why that like talking about having a pet as a dependent.
You sparked that back up. Yeah.
Sparked it up.
So real quick, now it's kind of weird because the last couple of days I've been strictly listening to 90% podcast like 10% music.
Okay.
Which I usually balance it out. I'll do like 40 or 50-50.
Yeah.
This last weekend,
this is how you know this man was in a relationship.
What?
His idea of balancing it out was 40-60.
You got to take the 60 all day.
Not 50-50.
Nah, man. You, as a gentleman, you should offer your 60 before the 50-50. Or you can even do 75-25, really.
I don't know. That sounds a little...
I learned that from Hitch, Will Smith.
I don't know. That sounds a little prohibition. No. Sounds a little prohibition-y.
You're all hiding your liquor? No. Okay, so check this out.
90-10, yeah.
I've been listening to this 90-10, right? The idea of podcasting for a lot of people, I mean, obviously the listeners listen to us, so they know what a podcast is. Mm-hmm. The idea of just not listening to anything but someone talking to you while you're in a car on a long drive is so weird, because as I was driving home from Rockford, I started listening to Theo Von's podcast, which I've always been like interested, but I never really pulled the trigger on it. And you guys probably know this. Like, I've always been like, oh yeah, I don't know, his voice is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But now that we saw him, I was like, you know what?
Now that you've seen the voice come out of him.
Yeah. And I'm like, I got an hour 45. Let me just throw one in.
That was like the perfect amount of time. His most recent one was like an hour and a half.
Yeah. The Super Bowl one.
I
heard that one, but I was listening to the one that explained everything with his mental health, which I won't get into.
Yeah.
So it was weird because as I'm driving, I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
Right. And you know how like people say that you kind of adapt to certain like I don't know, like how people talk. Like if you go visit Puerto Rico,
you talk like a Puerto Rican.
You talk like a Puerto Rican, or vice versa, whatever. I don't know. The way Theo Von talks made me want to like he says certain shit. Like I was in the car and I was laughing because when he goes, "Damn, daddy," like I would never say that ever in my life. But hearing him say it so natural and normal, was very like that's just. It was cool
very damn, daddy.
Yeah, like he's upstairs, like shit. And that dude, this is my first time ever listening to these.
Yeah, go ahead,
dude. And it was so cool because so backstory. Rene was trying to explain to me during the show, we went to the Theo Von show. During the show, he had a lot of like verbiage and like a lot of like I don't know, like shit that he would say, and people would respond to him. So like call and response, right? Like gang, which I mean, yeah, people have like their own shit, but Theo Von kept saying gang, and people would respond gang, right? And I never understood it because it's like whatever. But now listening to a podcast, 2 episodes in, so now I'm a fucking
now you're legit,
yeah. So now there's like gang, and it's like, dude, now I get it. Like all these people, and it's so cool because listening to podcasts, even though you don't know someone, you feel like you know him, and then that's like where the established like connection comes from.
Where that sense of community comes in.
Where it's not necessarily like, oh, I love Will Smith because I love his movies. It's like, no, I love Will Smith or like I love like whoever because I listen to their podcast and I know them on a more personal level, but you've never met this person. So it was cool. So like I was saying, this Theo Von episode, he dove really deep into his mental health. Yeah. And I thought it was pretty badass how he was like just pulling out all the like the truths and the shit that he kept inside for so long, and like the shit that he was even trying to like figure out why it was like bothering him, like with his mom and stuff. Yeah. And it's like so badass because not a lot of people in like Hollywood or even in general will pull the curtain back, And I wish I would have heard that prior to going to the show, because then it makes sense. No. During the show, someone yelled out, "Yo, how are you feeling, Theo?" Like they were genuinely like asking. I thought that was pretty badass. So I wanted to get into that a little bit. How did you like the show for one? Like,
it was really cool. It was very similar to when I went to the Comedy Store and I saw Joe Rogan. Mm-hmm. Where like, and I might have mentioned it on the show before, but I know I told you before, where it's like he came out and you're like, oh shit, like he's there,
like, he's like real,
like it's a real person, and like it's like with anything when you go to like I imagine you have the same feeling when you like see Kid Cudi or Kanye or whoever, you're like well, they're like a real person.
We're right here right now.
Yeah,
it's legit.
And he hit the nail on the head when he was like, yeah, I bet this is the first time a lot of you guys have seen me walk before. Like, you've never seen me walking before.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, he's always sitting.
He's always sitting with headphones on.
Yeah.
Kind of slouched, how I am now. That's weird.
And I was like, holy fuck, he's right.
Yeah.
And like, just to see the person, I don't know, it like makes it real in your head. Because up until that point, I've only seen him like watching his podcast on YouTube or whatever, or his stand-up
UFC or whatever.
Yeah, and so actually being like, yeah, he's right there.
He's legit.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think a lot more people should. I mean, obviously, everyone has a podcast now. You can't go fucking anywhere without
2 bricks without a podcast.
2 bricks without a stone in the pond. Everyone has a podcast. But imagine like if your favorite person had a podcast, and then you can kind of tell, okay, I like them for not just their art or their creativity, but I like them for the type of person they are. I think that would be dope as fuck. Because I'm also, I do want to get into, I'm also watching the Kanye West documentary.
Yeah.
Which is fucking, have you watched it?
I haven't seen any of it.
Which kind of ties into this, just seeing Kanye before all the fame and all the the limelight and all the like
the old
negative.
Kanye.
Yeah, bro. Oh my
Straight
God.
from the soul Kanye, as it were.
Dude. Yeah, no, like I can't even like. It's crazy how when back in the day it was like, dude, why do you like Kanye so much, man? Get off his nuts already. But it's like, dude, you guys don't understand. Like, this is Kanye West.
Yeah.
But now that like people see like, okay, this is Kanye West, a kid from Chicago that tried to do all these amazing things with like this gangster rap group from New York and didn't fit in because he didn't wear like 3X polos or 3X jerseys and just rapped about like cool shit and didn't rap about guns. And it's like, yeah, that's just Kanye West though. It's like, no, but you guys don't understand. Like he tried so hard. I could go on for hours, but
I think I saw something similar to that I think is the same thing you're trying to explain. Mine is a lot less impressive though, because yours, you're talking about Kanye.
No,
I'm just talking about a random profile that's on a dating app.
No, they have the same. It's the same,
but it's the same energy.
Okay, yeah. So what was this?
So this girl's profile, she's like, hot take. Philosophers in like ancient Rome and Greece weren't that smart. I could come up with a lot of shit too if no one knew anything yet. And I was like, no, that's the whole point. You don't know. People don't know what they don't know.
Yeah. So how do you know if that knowledge is
true? So like, how
though?
do you come up with it if nobody knows it before? So case in point, like one of like the early base parts of philosophy is like, I think, therefore I am. I exist because I'm aware that I exist.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, yeah, to say that anyone can come up with that is like, well, no, because that whole thing didn't exist. It's really easy to be like, oh, 2 + 2 = 4 now.
Yeah.
But when they first figured it out, it was like, holy shit, this is revolutionary.
So the theory, well, not even theory, just I think. What would you say?
I think, therefore I am.
What were people thinking before that though? They just were existing just to exist.
They just existed, right?
But they believed in like gods and like
but even like all of that, like eventually somebody had to come up with it eventually at some point. And so to say that just because it's so commonplace now that it's easy doesn't mean that you could have done it. Like it still took like a special person to do it. So like if someone says, oh well, yeah, Kanye, it's like just Kanye. It's like, yeah, but there was no Kanye.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And so now other people come up and they're like Kanye-like. Or they act like Kanye.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's almost like
But
Kanye.
that wasn't a thing before.
But there was never any
before
Kanyes.
Kanye came along and was Kanye.
Yeah. Just like a podcast. You could even tie that in. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're talking about shit you did over the weekend? No, that's just a podcast. It's like, yeah, but there was no podcast before.
Podcasts. Yeah.
Like imagine, I mean, there's Howard Stern and they had like online radio and shit. But imagine being like an early like pioneer, like a fucking Joe Rogan. Like, there was legit no podcast even on platforms like Spotify. Like there was
no Spotify.
There was no Spotify. Yeah.
Yeah. Like imagine going back and telling Joe Rogan, hey, in like 20 something years, this company called Spotify is going to pay you $200 million to do this.
Controls half the music industry.
Yeah.
They're going to pay you shitload of money.
And they're going to give you all this money just so that you can keep doing this.
To keep laughing with your friends and smoking weed. Yeah.
You fucking think you're crazy.
Which there was a clip. I don't know if it was on the Church of What's Happening Now or if it was a little bit later than that. But Joey Diaz was talking about how he thought Joe Rogan was crazy for just even talking into a microphone.
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, this guy's weird as fuck." Like, you're not supposed to like record and let everyone know what you're doing. Like, you're him and was it Red Band?
Red Band.
Yeah. And then he would be like, no, you guys are fucking idiots. Like, I'm not going to do this shit.
And then look at him now.
He found his niche. He found the way to do it.
He's made 2 podcasts.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, even that. Yeah. Joey Diaz, when he had Lisa Ed on this past week, that was even cool because they were looking back at the old shit they did, and they had like almost 900 episodes together. But to them, they were just trying to figure it out. Like,
yeah, they were just fucking throwing shit at the wall.
Yeah, see what sticks. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I don't even think... Is that the name of the podcast anymore?
I don't know if he continued with his podcast, but that was a pretty good concept.
That was a good name.
See what sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just like, it's crazy how revolutionary shit is now. Like, even the other day we were talking about electric cars. It's like, oh, like a Tesla. It's like, yeah, but there was never
there was no Tesla. Yeah. Somebody had to be like, I'm going to make an electric vehicle and make it popular.
Yeah.
So like, it discredits things, you know?
It does, but when shit comes around and it's like, just going back to the Kanye thing, when shit comes around and it's revolutionary, a lot of people are going to be naysayers and be like, yo, that shit's whack, or that shit's crazy, or you're an idiot for doing it this way.
Not until way later.
Until way later when people are going to be like, oh, stem player? Yeah, everyone has their own MP3 player where you put in your own album and charge people $200 for it, which I hope not, because that shit's going to get really expensive. But even, okay, so on a smaller like scale, when I saw the Donda 2 event at the IMAX, right?
Yeah.
Like, audio-wise, that shit was amazing. Because obviously it's like... IMAX. But 10 years ago, no one would ever make a whole production just to release an album to broadcast on theaters all over the country. Like, that would be like, what do you do? Wouldn't you just invest that money on a tour? Like, what do you know? But it's like, dude, the fact that people thought of that, it's like, okay... Now let's do this. Obviously, it was like because of COVID and like certain shit. But dude, just imagine like the crazy shit that people are thinking about now. They're in 10 years, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, that's wild."
So, needless to say, I swiped left.
Oh wow! Wait, swiping left, good or bad?
Bad.
Ah, dude, she's a revolutionary, man.
No, she's trying
to lead the people.
She didn't have any good ideas.
What if that's the new, the yoga pants creator? Like, what if that's...
I don't know if you could get any thinner than yoga pants. Like, they're just walking around naked at that point.
Don't tell Kanye that he's a fashionista. He'll think of something.
I swear to God, if I see Kanye with no pants on, I'm fucking done with Kanye. Like, that's
10 years.
That's where I draw the line.
10 years, you're gonna be begging for those pants.
I can forgive Kanye kind of being a borderline narcissist and a sociopath, like buying a house across from his ex.
His kids.
I can forgive fucking Jay-Z, or not Jay-Z. I can forgive Jay-Z. Fuck it. He didn't even do anything, but I can forgive him. Yeah, I can forgive R. Kelly for allegedly peeing on people and enjoying the music.
About that. Wait, hold up. You can forgive R. Kelly, but you can't forgive...
But if Kanye were to walk around butt-ass naked, that's where I draw the line.
The tribal aspect of life comes from...
I can forgive Soulja Boy for being Soulja Boy.
He's the first rapper to not have pants on.
I'm okay. Like,
yo, by the way, Donda 2, Soulja Boy, he has a verse on there. Yeah. When he started rapping, and everyone in the theater was like, "Oh, it's Soulja Boy, we made it." Dude, like, it was so funny, man. People's reaction.
Soulja Boy is he's just an icon.
He's the first rapper to do a lot of shit.
He's not even a rapper anymore. He's Soulja Boy.
He's a household name, man. He's the first rapper to write his name on glasses.
Yeah, probably.
That's very legit.
Might be the only one.
But yeah, what I wanted to talk today was about I want to go back into the whole Theo Von thing. Imagine doing ayahuasca, but imagine just not being happy with life, right? And there's a lot of people that aren't famous that go through this on a daily basis, but having to have like, what are those pills?
Antidepressants,
having to rely on those to just feel balanced.
Yeah.
Like being depressed and not knowing why and trying to figure that out. Like, that must have so much toll in life where you just want to like give up and say fuck it, you know?
Right.
Not only that, trying to and then now going back to Theo Von, trying to balance your whole like existence with celebrity fame and shit. Yeah. Like, how do you think people do that?
Hard.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, because he's gotten into it in a handful of times where he's talked about how like first he'll feel sad,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gets mad that he's sad because by many people's definitions, he should be happy.
Yeah,
because he's famous, he's made a good career telling jokes and all that, and so he ends up being upset at himself that he's sad, and he doesn't feel happy, so he gets mad. So and then it's just like this whole fucking cycle that he spirals through, and it makes sense. Like I feel like the more generally successful you're considered,
mm-hmm.
the less people care if you're happy or not.
Yeah, they just want you to make them happy or like.
Yeah, well, they'll be like, oh, well, what the fuck are you, not happy about? When you could just not be happy. Yeah.
Like, you have a private jet. You don't have reasons to be sad.
Right, exactly.
But you literally don't know why you're sad.
Yeah, and that's the whole fucking, thing. That
must be annoying. Like, within yourself.
Even within yourself. And then, like, having other people tell you that you don't have anything to be upset about.
We're fighting.
But you are
fighting
everybody.
I
am fighting.
I am fighting. Yeah, that must be super annoying. Even, I mean, on a lower, not celebrity status, but just like, aside from Kanye or like people with antidepressant taking pills and stuff, like, for instance, Mac Miller, right? There had to be a reason why he always turned to drugs to kind of cope with whatever he was going through. But like having that pressure of all these people expect you to create shit, like again, like you're creating something out of thin air, like whether it's a song, video, whatever, book, you're creating that. Putting your whole energy and your whole time and passion into this, putting it out there for people to be like, this fucking sucks. Right. We want the old shit back. Or like, oh, you wasted your time. You should go kill yourself. Or it's just trash. Like, you're worthless. And then being like, fuck you guys. I went through all this shit just for you guys to talk shit. Yeah. That must, man. Maybe being famous isn't that great.
See, that's why you gotta have the Jay-Z mentality.
Fuck everybody. My wife's Beyonce.
Basically.
Yeah.
So you got to marry Beyonce.
Marry
Good luck with that first.
Build this empire full of
fucking everything.
Amazing music.
So I was talking about literally being Jay-Z, but the Jay-Z line where he's like, if you want my old shit, buy my old album.
Oh, he does say that.
Yeah.
Oh, he says that on the Blueprint 3.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great song.
That album was my single greatest takeaway from when we did the rap album bracket. Out of all the albums on that bracket, that's the only one that stuck with me.
You were like, oh yeah, when we get to this one,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
And like before then, I don't think I'd ever heard the album like start to finish.
Oh really?
And so like the first time I heard it was to prepare for that episode.
Yeah.
And then since then, I was like, this is a great album.
Yeah. Yeah, is that song with Swiss Beats?
Yeah.
Balls are on fire. I remember the name.
Balls are on fire.
Balls on fire. Help. No. Swiss, get him. She's there with a
fucking piano.
Yeah. Yeah, man, just crazy revolutionary shit that, I mean, people are going to be like, oh, well, they're celebrities. Who cares? You should focus on your own life.
Well, yeah.
There's millions
but then they get pissed at celebrities for focusing on their own life.
Yeah. It's like, yo, we want... Make music again. What are you doing?
Yeah.
We love you. Yeah, it's like, well, they just want to live a normal life, you know?
Super critical.
Kid Cudi always, made it known. Well, I guess made it known that he was always going through, like, mental breakdowns and, like, wanted to feel normal. And he had imposter syndrome where he didn't feel like he deserved to be in certain rooms and shit. I forgot where I was going with that, but
Soulja Boy does not have that problem at all.
Soulja Boy is the first rapper to not have mental breakdowns.
Yes. Soulja Boy is the first and only rapper who never feels like he's out of his breath.
Yeah,
like he always feels like he's the hottest shit in the room.
Yeah, except for when Kanye's there.
Nah, even when Kanye's there.
Actually, yeah.
There's got to be a part of Soulja Boy when it's like, yeah, damn right.
How do you think it feels being like LeBron, right? You walk into a room, fucking literally everyone turns and looks at you.
Literally everyone is looking up at you.
Everyone's looking at you. You feel everyone's like shifting. You know? That must be intense.
Yeah. That, like just.
Oh, we got a phone call.
Oh,
go ahead.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be really like nerve wracking. Like you walk into a room and it's just.
Hey, what's up, babe?
Too many people looking at you at once.
Hey, you're on the podcast right now.
I was like, no, the fuck I'm not.
I'm on the podcast. You're on the show.
And joining us live today, all the way from Atlanta,
happened?
Georgia.
You don't. Okay. Oh, that reminds me. You got to be on the show.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that episode.
Yeah.
We
You want
all
to come
are.
right now? We're live. We're recording right now.
Live and in charge.
So everybody, Cindy lost a football bet where she has to host the show for an hour. And we're trying to get her to come out and do it.
Bro, it'd be perfect. We do the new whole ass intro.
We could reshoot right
We
now.
just reshoot. Scrap the. Well, I don't know about that, but yeah, we could reshoot.
All right, I'll call you. I'll call you when I get out of here. Okay, babe, bye. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. She owes us a whole show.
Yeah, she was a fucking episode and a half.
There you go. Yeah, that's wild, man. But yeah, if you're dealing with like mental issues, you should definitely try to figure it out for yourself and don't listen to anybody that tells you otherwise.
Yeah. I haven't heard enough of
Theo Von. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. No, I haven't heard enough podcasts where they talk about BetterHelp, so I don't remember what the ad spot sounds like.
You have what are they called? Therapists on the spot waiting for you to.
It's not a self-help line. It's not a crisis line. These are real licensed professionals.
Just you text
something. They can help you. You can get a therapist in as little as 48 hours.
Yes. Now go to BetterHelp.
.com/TWAR.
TWAR.
I don't know. Put it in. Maybe it fucking works. Who knows? Because they just throw these fucking promo codes out.
Next up, we got On It. On It. It was fucking. All right.
On It. Fucking get the Blue Chew. Wait. The NutriBrain or what's it called? The Alpha Brain.
Alpha Brain. You got the food one. The
Shroom Tech. That's not even it. But Shroom Tech.
No. There's a food one. Fresh.
Hello Fresh.
Oh, Hello Fresh. There you go. Yeah. Man, that's funny. So yeah, man, fucking podcast. I gotta relax on these podcasts, dude.
Yeah, just fucking keep powering through. One weird thing that happened to me yesterday when I was listening to a different podcast is because I had seen all this Theo Von stand-ups that I had seen. I watched them like before I started listening to the podcast.
Okay.
And then so I really only listened to the podcast. And then went to the show this past weekend. And I think I mentioned it to you guys too, but like the way that he does a stand-up and breaks up like his different bits is basically the same way that he pauses when he's thinking on the podcast.
Yeah, I noticed.
And so putting that together now in my head, I'm like, I wonder how many other comedians' stand-up is like that.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was listening to another podcast and I was like, I don't know if she's just telling a story or if she's practicing a bit right now.
Yeah, or if she's on right now. Like.
Yeah. And so like it made for like the worst listen of that podcast ever. Because I was just like, I don't know if she's trying out material or not.
Is she laughing because she just thinks it's funny, or is she just laughing in hopes that
she's just telling
guys to laugh?
Yeah, like is she just telling a story, or is this already beyond a story and her trying to work out some material?
Do you think comedians, when they talk to each other, they know they could read a bit like?
Yeah, it's like, bro, what are you doing?
Come on, man. You didn't
stop
climb the mountain half naked. Like,
that's where you're wrong, buddy.
Here's pictures to prove it.
Yeah, that's where you're wrong. I subscribe to the Kanye theory.
Damn. No pants.
No pants.
Damn. Yeah, but you think comedians could read the bit and be like, dude, you're full of shit.
Yeah, I feel like they can, but I feel like it's also hard for some comedians because like some of them, they're just seemingly always like that. Like
little Asian guy. I don't know why, but he's always on.
I don't know who the little Asian guy is.
The Comedy Store little Asian guy.
Bobby Lee?
Bobby Lee. I don't know why I can't stand him. Like I saw this
He's
clip.
just a happy little butterball.
I know, but it's just I feel like he's always on. And he's always trying to make you feel bad for laughing at him.
Oh, I get you.
Like I saw that clip where he was like, so I got molested by a Down syndrome's kid. And then the guy, the podcast people started laughing, and he's like, "Why? I'm gonna leave right now. Don't laugh."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hold on, you can't say that." But it's like, if you smile, I'm leaving. Like, you know, shit like that. But maybe
that's
they're
true.
just on because they're on the podcast.
That's true. I have no idea. I've never seen his stand-up, so I don't know how it relates.
Yeah.
To like what he's like in his podcast in Tiger Belly.
Ooh, I just got a great idea. This year, we should try our best. Now, it could be nosebleeds. It could be like the cheapest seat in the theater.
Uh-huh.
But we should try our best to see all the like Comedy Store comedians do their stand-up live.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
You know, you could just go to the Comedy Store.
Yeah, but you know, we gotta travel there. We gotta like fucking fly out.
Well, okay, think of it this way. You go to the Comedy Store, you buy 3 tickets over the course of a weekend. Like you buy a Thursday, a Friday, and a Saturday ticket.
Right.
And then you probably knocked them all out. Yeah. And you paid like $20 a ticket. Or you could pay like $50 to go see them in Rockford. And then like another 50 to go
Arena.
Yeah. And then like another 50 to see them in like Indianapolis.
Yeah, it's gonna add up, right?
Yeah.
That would be cool though.
It would have been cool, but when he said, "Oh, we should see all the Comedy Store comedians," yeah, just go to the fucking Comedy Store.
All right, fuck it. You know what? All right, we're gonna go to LA.
Look, we just go to LA, go to the Comedy Store. Thursday, Friday, Saturday tickets. You're good.
Oh, I just had a great idea. I don't know if this is gonna work.
I don't know if it's great as the last one.
It's worth a shot. To piggyback off of your Comedy Store idea, we take this equipment, mobilize it, stand in front of the Comedy Store about 5:30 to like 7.
Okay.
Stand by the parking lot. You know, the bouncer, the door guy's gonna be behind us, but you can't tell us to get off the sidewalk.
True.
Stand by the parking lot. Have a sign that says, "Come on our show." But not come. Like,
come on our show.
Don't come on us.
But come on the show.
Come on the show. And then see which comedians come out and do a quick episode appearance.
Damn, that'd be really cool.
That would be really cool. Yeah. I'm sure we could sell the shit out of that.
Yeah, we just gotta stand there and have a billboard.
Dude, it could be any comedian. Like,
yeah, we fucking talk to the door guy. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's probably a comedian.
He's probably funny too.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Thank you. See, I finally got a good idea. Let's step it up. All right,
yeah.
I got one, guys.
All it took was convincing you that buying multiple expensive theater tickets is a bad idea.
For nosebleeds, when we can see them up close in person.
You can see them in a room with like 150 people.
Yeah, like 10 feet away. Oh, that's crazy.
Like, you don't understand how, like, last time I was there, I was so close to Joe Rogan that I could probably get up and tackle him before the bouncers got me.
You would have died even before the bouncers got there.
Yeah. Like, I would have. My point being is I was so close to him that I could have slowly stood up and started charging the stage, and it still would be too quick. Like, the distance is too small. People wouldn't be able to get there in time.
Oh, I see.
You know?
In time to save you.
In time to save me. Yeah.
Imagine.
All right, maybe a different comedian. I'll tackle a different comedian.
Yeah.
I don't know who, but I'll think of somebody. It's like a Bert. Bert will probably just laugh at it.
Bert, he'd be sweaty and shirtless.
All right. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
I'd find somebody. I'd find someone.
That's hilarious. Yeah, because there's a handful of them that I want to see. Now that I've seen, 2 of them?
Yeah.
Joey Diaz and Theo.
That's true. And then depending on when the fucking new comedy, well, not Comedy Store, when the new comedy place opens up finally in Austin that Joe Rogan's been building. Because a lot of them are there now too. Like Tom and his wife.
His whole studio down there.
Moved everything.
Have you been keeping up with the Two Bears One Cave?
I check in on it every once in a while. Last time I checked on it, it was like before they had their new like Austin studio, so they were like sitting on like folding chairs.
Did you hear so one of their producer sound guys is Nadav.
Yeah.
And he's going through like they pretty much were like, yo, we'll give you a shitload of money if you lose the weight.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought that was the best idea ever. And then I was thinking to myself, well, what if I try to lose the weight while he's doing it?
Yeah.
To see if I would win the fucking $500,000 or whatever they're trying to give him.
Should win the $500,000.
See, but then like real got real. Like shit got real.
What got real? That he's not going to give you the $500,000?
I'm not going to get any money. Just a better, healthier lifestyle. and then like 12 more years of life. But
I'm not gonna. You can make $500,000 in those 12 years. You never know.
Oh, or I could spend it all by going to see these shows. No, you're right. I don't know, just shit. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like podcasts, you just listen, and there's so many out there. You could just start to follow one.
That's true.
From early on, and just grow and
be a
love
day
them.
one.
Yeah, I wonder who our day ones are. Oh, I could name them.
Yeah, we could probably figure it out.
Yeah,
like it's
we're hanging out with one at the end of the month.
There you go. And at the beginning of the month.
There you go.
In the middle of the month. All right, it's me.
Day one.
Day one.
Yeah, this is wild, man. So that was on mi agenda.
Mi agenda.
Estaba en mi agenda. That was on my agenda to kind of just tap in on that.
Yeah, I guess going off of that, one thing that I thought was funny after the show the next morning, and like you guys you finally like, I forgot who asked it first, but either you or Kobe were like, so what's up with this upstairs thing? And like, because like you guys, it came up during the show a couple times, and it made sense to me.
Had no idea.
And then when whoever it was initially asked, I was like, oh, that's right. They have no context.
Yeah, I'm sure our listeners have no context right now.
Yeah, so I'm upstairs basically.
Oh, I'm trying to get comfortable for this.
The whole thing started as how saying that you're upstairs is like the perfect excuse to get out of doing anything. So in the original example, I think it was, say your wife comes home with all the groceries, and she's like coming into the kitchen unloading the groceries, like, hey, can you help me unload the car? And you just scream, I'm upstairs. Perfectly viable excuse. Now you don't even have to help. You're upstairs.
Like, hey, can you help me with I'm upstairs?
Yeah, it's like, I'm upstairs.
Yeah.
And it works. Because you
fuck,
can't, because you're upstairs, you know?
Yeah. Doing God knows what.
Yeah, you could be fucking fixing the fish tank up there.
Yeah.
You could be taking a shit.
You could be playing Halo on Legendary.
But you're upstairs.
You're upstairs.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, and then the opposite became true if somebody needs you and they're upstairs and you scream that I'm downstairs.
I'm downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, can you come give me blah, 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 blah. It's like, I'm downstairs.
And by the time you come up, it's like too
yeah,
late.
You might as well just get it yourself.
Yeah. Hey, come hold this. Oh, I'm upstairs.
Yeah. Exactly. And then the other one was the gang. And you're like, did you like start listening to rap music recently?
That was
or
so
what'd you guys
random.
You're like whoever was like, yeah, does he just discover rap music recently? And that one I have no idea where it came from, but he just says it. People say it, and it threw me off the first time that like when I went to the bathroom early in the show and someone like people were just talking and like saying it. I was like,
didn't you feel
like this is weird?
Yeah, like you knew like it's like a mini cult. Like you guys are all in on it. Yeah.
That's basically what it is. Like I knew that they knew the person that I know.
Yeah.
So like it's really weird that for almost everyone who was at the show, I can guarantee you that for at least an hour a week or an hour and a half a week, depending on how long the episode is, we're doing the same exact thing.
That's wild though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. It's like the inclusivity.
I hope
that's a word.
Yeah, that's a word. It never really put it in context for me until that moment. I was like, holy shit. Like everyone who listens to an episode of a podcast listen to the same episode of a podcast as someone else. And it's the same with like TV shows and like books and movies, but for some reason it hit different with a podcast.
And I didn't really get it because like, again, when someone yelled out like, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
And then he genuinely responded, I'm doing good. I'm all right. Like, I'm going to be okay. But they were genuinely asking like, because they know
they were fucking there 2 weeks ago when he put out that Christmas episode.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's kind of badass. Podcasts are cults.
They really are, if you think about it.
Yeah. You have a leader.
You have a leader.
You have a following.
You have followers.
You have words that the leader comes up with that the following knows, but no one else in the world knows what the fuck.
Yeah, shit that makes no sense to people.
Yeah, like that's really cool. Yeah.
They have fucking clothing that they allow you to buy from them.
Yeah. Well,
they have events that you have to. Yeah, it's still a cult.
That's true.
You have to buy into it. Because, with any cult, they take your money.
Or if you want higher ranking and you want to be more inclusive.
Yeah, you pay for the fucking VIP front row seats. Yep.
I was even thinking of Patreon.
Yeah, even Patreon.
It's like, hey, if you don't know what we're talking about, go check out the Patreon for only $5 a month.
Actually, I don't think Theo has a Patreon, now that I think about it.
He doesn't seem like the type to have a Patreon.
He doesn't seem like the Patreon type.
He doesn't. because he kept saying like, oh, I'm just like you guys, like I'm just
Yeah.
Because I was listening to the Super Bowl episode.
That was a good episode.
That was a good one, and he was saying how for a second like that car full of like celebrities when they had to hop out and like figure out how to get into the stadium.
Yeah.
Like they were all just normal
regular ass people.
Yeah.
None of them could get in.
Yeah, he's like one of the Jonas Brothers. Like
yeah,
naming
like
people.
The shit like. Without the context, and you just heard him like, yeah, the Jonas Brothers, like Odell Beckham Jr.'s wife, like fucking Ed Sheeran,
Logan Paul,
yeah, like all these. You're like,
Lloyd
there's
Mayweather.
No way all these people were together. But like watching like his Instagram story, and like he was in there like, look at all these fucking random ass people,
and it's just him. Like
and it's just him there.
Normal ass. Where is he from? What state?
Louisiana.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I saw he was at Mardi Gras right now. I don't know. I think that's so cool. It's just like. It's like when you're younger and like you find a new rapper like artist that you like.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna start listening to this. That's how I feel about podcasts now. It's like, damn.
Yeah, like I want to listen to this podcast. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, I think that motivated me to go to more shows of people that I listen to podcasts of, but not separately and individually.
Listen, man, you have to have a bad idea to get to a good idea.
You can just have a good idea right off the bat.
That's Kanye.
All right.
You gotta have a bad idea
to have a good idea.
You gotta lose money to make money. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But yeah, dude, just if you're out there,
I'm scared. What if it ruins like their podcast for me though?
Oh,
like, what if I haven't like there hasn't been a new episode of Theo's podcast since I went to the show? What if I'm listening to it? I was like, oh, I can't listen to this anymore.
No, but I think it was very similar. Like the whole.
No, what if it ruins it for me? Like I couldn't. I had a hard ass time listening to that other podcast yesterday.
Which one?
To the other one I was talking about. I was
with
like,
the girl.
Yeah. Is this a bit or is this,
But yeah, see with Theo, like when he's like, what else? How have I been doing? Or what did he say? What else did I want to talk about?
Yeah, what else is going on? Not much, man.
Not much, brother. And then he goes into the bit. And then it's like, fuck, does he say that at every show? Or like, are these really just thoughts off the top of the head? Like the whole thing about the little boy that fit in the the Allen little t-shirts.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. I don't know, he grew up in the perfect place to have a lot of very interesting stories of his childhood.
What fascinates me, it's the stories he tells. Even Joey Diaz does this. They get super detailed, even about the person's name that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like
they got to give you the background.
Yeah. Like he was talking about this one kid that had very light skin, like very and no one really liked him, but everyone would look out for him like, oh, don't let him be in the sun because he has very very thin skin.
He's missing that layer.
But then he was vulnerable, and then he kind of tied that into him being vulnerable with all his feelings.
Yeah, I forgot what that kid's name is.
Yeah, I wish I knew it. That would make the story a lot better.
But he was that moment in the podcast was like, oh shit. It's like that's why I was thinking about it because I am.
But is that like?
Was it rehearsed?
Yeah, like was it timed perfectly to tie in the whole shit?
I feel like if you go through that amount of effort to tie shit in, like on a weekly podcast that you do, you might be a sociopath.
That's why. But
he might get a really good bit out of it.
Yeah. But his stand up was very similar to that storytelling.
So that's what I wonder if like, on the podcast they're just telling. It's just a fucking testing ground,
for new bits.
Yeah. Which it's probably always been, but now it kind of ruins the magic in my head.
Yeah. No. It's off the top.
Like looking behind the curtain. But yeah, actually, I had a thing. I don't remember if I talked about.
I hope people know who the fuck. If you don't know who Theo Von is, I think now you should go look him up.
Now's a good time.
Now's a good time to check him out. Really cool dude. He's not racist.
Unless you are.
Unless you are. Really funny. Like rant. At first, I didn't like. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought his voice was weird to me. Like it was like I can't listen to this for an hour.
Yes, you can.
But now hearing the stories, it's like, damn, dude, I just listened to this for an hour and 45 minutes.
Give me more. No.
Yeah. When do his episodes drop?
I fucking they just drop.
Oh, shit.
Like, they just come out.
They're not even scheduled. Fuck.
Like sometimes they're out on Tuesdays, sometimes they're out on Fridays.
I mean, that sounds like us though, to be honest.
But like, I don't know.
That sounds like him though.
Yeah,
like,
they just show up.
Yeah.
And like,
I love how he just dives into the ads too. Like he could be in the middle of something, and then he'll be like, "Oh shit, what do I want to talk to you guys about? Oh yeah, my bookie or whatever the fuck."
Yeah. So that did bring up a point. There was this guy who I'm not even sure how I follow him on YouTube, but I guess one of his goals last year, one of his New Year's resolutions last year was to do like a stand-up spot, like do like a 15 minutes, right? Okay. And because he lives in New York, and New York was like it locked down throughout most of last year, he didn't have the opportunity to do it, to actually go to an open mic and perform. So, excuse me,
bless you.
Huh?
Oh, here it comes. Yeah.
And so what he did was, he just set up a fucking tripod, set up a microphone, and just got up and just recorded himself like he was doing stand up, right? Okay. And see, look at your face.
What? That's weird. No,
yeah,
it's not a podcast. No.
Yeah, he recorded like as if he was doing stand up at a club, And boy, let me tell you, that fucked with my head.
Why?
Because like, either his way of doing stand up is super meticulous and like very well thought out, or that's what all stand up is like. And if that's the case, that just ruins it in my head so much.
Because no matter what the crowd reacts to, that's how you're going to say it.
Right. Because like as he was going through it and doing like the 15-minute set, he had those things in there, like in between his jokes, and it's like, oh, you guys seem to like these type of jokes. I got one more for you, or like, oh,
there was nobody there.
Yeah, there was nobody fucking there.
He had crowd work with no crowd.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what threw me off. He was doing crowd work with no crowd. Yeah, and like little shit that like little tags and shit, punchlines and different things that I know people do when they work on and like they talk about on their podcast, like, oh, I added this new tag to a bit that I'm doing, and it made it a lot better. But in my head, that's always like, you added this bit, like it came out of nowhere, like spontaneously, and then you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep on doing it. But in my head, it's never been, I do it exactly the same way every time.
That's how you master it, though.
Well, yeah, and it makes sense, but it makes it so much less cooler in my head. Yeah, it like takes away like the magic. It's like learning how a magic trick is done.
Yeah. Oh shit, yeah.
And so like you still like respect it because like there's a lot of work and shit that goes into it, but then part of me is like, that's not really as cool anymore because now at a point it becomes like reading off of a script.
Yeah, but so that's one way to see it, right? They're just reading off of the script that they prepared themselves. Right. They know where to punch in. They know what to do. But the way I see it though is like seeing Steph Curry pull up from the logo and draining it, but also seeing him do that in practice 100 times. Right. Like you're still seeing him perfect it, but he's doing it with no crowd. So by the time there is a crowd, everyone's reaction is cheering or laughing in this case because they never see him in the empty gym. So I guess in a way, going to, I don't know, the smaller rooms and like working those out would be the equivalent of just
shooting in the gym.
Shooting in the gym, yeah.
Yeah, but to that to that point, Steph Curry just fucking shoots.
Oh yeah, no,
he'll practice 1,000 shots like corner three and just swish them in, right? But then in the game, he's fucking corner three fading away off the backboard somehow, And
it's still that level.
And it's still that level
of it. How the fuck did you do that?
Which I feel like that level is always there, or I hope it's there. Like when people are doing stand up, like because somebody could yell some random shit out and you go on a tangent,
And you still work that in.
And you work it in, and like that's where the magic is. But the way that this one particular person did it, where everything was meticulously planned out,
that's kind of weird.
It just bothered me so much. So
it's acting.
Yeah, it annoyed me to the point where like I was like, part of me wants to write a review, like a bad review, like a
first of all,
like an angry comment, Yeah. And that was just like the first time that I've ever seen something like that. And especially because there was no crowd, weird. There was no, like, he didn't add like a laugh track or anything. So it was just him telling jokes to an empty room. But the fucking crowd work that he like embedded into it.
Okay, so what if his concept and idea was to work those not add the laugh track because that's fake, but
right.
knowing that you're so good at something that you pause just enough because you know everyone at home is laughing.
And I would have preferred that.
Yeah.
But like I would have preferred if he like did his bits and then had the pauses. But if he didn't have all this like super specific crowd work in it, like it just seemed so wrong
because it's fake.
Yeah, because like
it's like watching a soap opera. They're not in love, you know. They're not. To get married.
Yeah, but then like imagine you're watching like two of your friends like get in a relationship and like talk about getting married and stuff, and you find out that this whole time they've been putting it on for a reality TV show. That
would be kind of funny though. That would be really cool.
But wouldn't that like bother? Like you're invested in this.
Yeah, because then it's like, oh, dude, you fucking liars.
And like you're gonna be like the best man at the wedding, and you're getting ready, and like you're invested in this shit, and they're like, oh, by the way, we were just doing a show. It's canceled. I don't even fucking like her.
Yeah, this is all fake.
Yeah. Like this is all fake. We're not even friends.
The camera's right there.
Yeah. Big ass camera.
I know, like you never noticed that. It's just a white guy named Larry zooming in on your face.
Larry? No. I thought we were cool, Larry.
You're just wearing camouflage? Like, how did you not see him in the last 4 years?
It's fucking John Cena's the cameraman.
You
can't see him.
Yeah. I get it. In a way, it's like acting. In a way, it's like sports. But
yeah,
it's very. Do you think people? Okay, so do you think we have these thoughts because we listen to comedians that have podcasts and kind of know a little bit more of like what it
process.
Takes to but average Joe never listens to podcasts. Going into like a stand up, you think his enjoyment that comes out of it is a lot more?
I feel like genuine? It's a lot more. Yeah, I feel like it's at a higher, or not at a higher level, but it's more like I can't believe this person came up with all that shit like on the spot.
How the fuck does he do that? Yeah,
because even the same podcast that I've been referring to, she was talking about how she loved stand-up comedy growing up, and her thought was that stand-up comedians, they don't like prepare anything. They just go on stage and start talking, and that's all that stand-up is,
like freestyle,
right? And then she remembers like she like got like an autograph from one of her like favorite comedians, and she asked them like how the fuck. You know,
how do you remember? I mean, how do you?
How do you come up with it? And it's like, oh, it takes a lot of time and practice and like writing and blah 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 blah. And she like the way she explained it was like that was like the turning point in her world, because she's like, I thought these people were just geniuses, but now when I learned that like they practice and like they write stuff down and they like work at it to be good, it's like, oh, well, I can do this shit then. Like that's the way she, cool, that's the way she interpreted it. Yeah, because she's like, oh, I don't have to be a genius. I just need to work hard.
Yeah,
I
can master this.
Right, which is cool. But not what the fuck that guy was doing. Like, holy fuck! Like just talking about it now is making me annoyed.
How does Jackie Chan beat up 7 dudes and not get touched?
Yeah. How, Jackie?
How?
No,
it takes a lot of practice. I can do that shit.
Yeah, practice.
There you go.
Talk about practice.
Practice.
Not a game.
See, if Steph Curry would have been like, how the fuck is Iverson not practicing?
Yeah.
Like, that would have thrown everything off.
Iverson fucked everything.
Yeah,
he was like, practice.
But no, Steph Curry was like, no, I got to practice these fucking shots.
Yeah, but, Allen Iverson, he did the practice already.
Yeah, but he was telling people, don't worry about the practice.
Yeah, don't worry about the practice.
That's where you
make
game. Everything perfect. That's crazy, man. That's wild. It's so cool how comedy is just so like you could kind of make it, I don't know, tie into a whole bunch of shit in a way where I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. It's not coming out. I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy. Think about it.
I feel like you gave up on your original sentence.
I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. That's the whole thing about podcasts. You can say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I remember when we first started the podcast, we were so like, okay, at 7 minutes we're gonna talk about this, but you gotta talk about, we were so like,
it was very that fucking asshole from YouTube. No, every time I mention him, it just
So do you think when he messes up, he stops the camera and runs it back, or does he just go with it? Damn, that's a whole nother curveball.
I really feel like he stopped the camera and went back.
I didn't like it. Let's run that back.
I
didn't like how I said the instead of they. Wow, that's 2 different words?
Yeah.
The and they. I meant the.
I didn't like that I said the wrong word completely.
I meant to shoot a 3, but I laid it up. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Coach is looking at you like, what?
The fuck?
It's fucking Giannis with his 2 big ass steps.
Ah, dude, all day, fucking gliding down the court. I want to learn how to come up with words.
How to come up? You just keep talking.
Yeah, but how? Okay, so that's another thing. Since we got balls deep into Theo's structure and concepts, how the fuck does he come up with synonyms for shit?
I don't know if you caught it, but there was like during one of his bits, he didn't even come up with a synonym. He just said the word synonym. It's like, and another synonym for that too.
Yeah, like, bro, what?
He didn't even bother coming up with a word.
He just couldn't think of it on the spot. But he's very good at it though.
Yeah.
Like he, instead of saying sunburn, he'll say, I don't know, fucking.
Yeah, he'll know what to say.
Like a rash from the fireball up above, or like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just however you internally interpret something and just letting it out to the world, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like your brain stops you because you're trying to use that word that everyone knows.
No, you just gotta be you.
Yeah,
baby boo.
Yeah, see, yeah, like shit, like damn, like dude, it's
so
like
funny. With no hesitation.
He's like, damn, that's a whole thing, daddy. That's a whole like. And it's like, bro, but he sounds cool saying it. Other people sound weird as fuck.
You just gotta commit. It's like when you're hydroplaning while driving because there's a wet road, you just steer into it. Yeah. You don't slam the brakes.
Just ease off into that horizon.
Yeah. You're welcome, everyone taking a driver exam.
Dude, there was one. This is one of his more famous ones where he said, "A hat is just an
apartment for your head."
Right, bro. Yeah. Like a hat is just an apartment for your head. Think of it. Like think about it.
An apartment for your head.
Up there paying rent. That's a whole 2 rooms right there.
Always, big ass head. Speaking of, it's a 2-bedroom.
2-bedroom fucking studio
1.5 baths.
You know,
1600. That reminds me, because we both had similar thoughts when we were driving into Rockford. By the way, the show was in Rockford.
Yeah, Rockford, fucking.
We've been saying Rockford for a while, and we never even clarified it.
Yeah, it was not Chicago. It's a dollar store version of Chicago.
They had that one street. That street,
the main street. They couldn't even name it something else. Like
no, you always name.
Yeah, you want to go down main street.
Oh,
which by the way, I got to tell you, where I put gas, I was a little frightened.
Oh yeah,
I feared for my life.
Where'd you end up putting gas?
So long story short, I tried to put gas. It didn't work. I went down the highway, and the next gas station was this. Man, let me check my credit card statement because it's called robbed. Cherry. Oh man, we gotta look this up. But I tried to put gas in this little, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre town.
Yeah,
the shell was like old school, like
it was like blue for some reason.
Yeah, it was really weird, and I can't log in right now. Anyway, it was very like I'm gonna die, or because I really wanted like a coffee and like breakfast. There was a diner across the street.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was like Cherryville, Illinois, or something like that.
Sounds pretty small.
Cherrytown, Illinois.
Yeah.
It was literally like 800 people population.
It was the dollar store version of Rockford.
It was, yeah. So I went and I was like, and I tried to walk in, and then I was like, you know what, let me know, because I'm not gonna eat here by myself. I don't know.
You should. For
one, the sausage links probably been sitting there.
They probably would have been fire.
Maybe
aged to perfection.
But wait, what were you saying? I forgot.
Oh, right. So driving into Rockford, we had very similar thoughts, if not the same thought. Because one of the first things after you got to the hotel and we were heading over to go eat, you're like, "Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the new condominium building that they're building." I was like, and like when I drove by it, I was like, "Oh, I wonder how much those cost. You could probably make a good profit if you get in early."
Yeah.
And sure. On the way back, I did take down the email of the building that was like right across the train tracks.
Okay, yeah.
And turns out, as far as I could tell, they aren't selling them. They're just renting them. So like somebody already owns the whole building outright.
Yeah. So they already have a whole thing. Yeah.
And it confused me. I was like, that's weird. Wouldn't it benefit them to sell them? Because then you have all the people paying property taxes instead of one person paying for the building or one corporation paying for the whole building. Yeah, I guess you could roll it into like people's rents.
You could, but
you know, it just seemed really weird to me because I checked that building and then the other building that we passed when we were walking down Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
And like both of them, it was like, oh, if you want to rent, here's the link for an application. I was like, what if I want to buy one? And like they weren't listed on like Zelle or like Redfin or anything.
So they were just
rentals. Yeah. And I was like, that's really weird. I don't know if I've seen that before.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Like usually, like when they build a big condominium building,
to buy them.
Yeah, they have like X amount that are like reserved for renters and X amount that are reserved for people who want to buy.
Yeah,
and then they'll have like some commercial space at the bottom or something. Right.
Yeah, I mean, damn, that's weird.
Yeah, really.
You would think really that
fucked me up.
Yeah, you would think that they would want to get rid of some of those units.
Yeah, because in my head I was like, yeah, you get people who are going to be invested in the property and like have an owning
Unless
stake.
There's multiple investors and they just know they're going to profit more.
That's what I imagine it is. Like they got
rents.
A whole bunch of people together to do it. But I was like, it makes sense. You get people, they're going to want to pay for the properties. They're going to want the property to increase in value. They're going to fucking try to do things for the Rockford area, I guess.
I don't know, man.
You got the Main Street.
Nah,
dude. Give them a couple years, they'll have a second street.
That's just like a watered down version of, I don't know.
That
was rough. Anyone who lives in Rockford.
Those two city blocks were pretty all right.
Those two city blocks are like one half of a river walk in Naperville. Like the literal sidewalk of a river walk. I don't know. One restaurant in Naperville can fucking bring so much value to Rockford.
I don't know. It'd be in Rockford now, so I probably wouldn't do that well. It would
decrease, yeah. No, but I don't know. Oh, also, you think traveling comedians just criticize the shit out of towns and like this guy's probably like, man, never go to Rockford again. Nah.
I don't know. He was really, honestly, when he was advertising the shows, he would always advertise the Rockford show, not the Chicago show.
Oh, really?
Which I thought was really interesting. And like he like somehow knew stuff about Rockford like 4 months ago.
Oh shit.
And I don't know if he's just like performed at Rockford multiple times before. Maybe. Like he just knows someone, has a friend in Rockford.
Yeah, he was talking about that diner where they shot that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the what was it, League of Their Own?
Yeah.
Movie about lesbians.
How do you work at a place where they film a famous movie
about lesbians
at a place where you work? You work there, you've never seen the movie, but the movie's been out for 25 years.
He was
how the hell
do you not have time?
Yeah, then he brought it back later.
Yeah, he was like, watch it on the clock.
Like a decent employee. Oh man. Yeah,
that one hit home.
I love stand-up comedy. So
yeah, it was a good show. Good stuff.
We gotta make up words. That's hard.
I realize we're basically at time, but I also realize we never officially talked about the NBA All-Star Weekend.
It fucking sucked.
All right, that covers it.
No, the game itself was pretty cool.
I really like the game. The game and the 3-point shootout, probably the highlights. Dunk contest, probably the low light.
It's a super low light.
Unless you're counting only when not the dunk itself, not all the build up to the dunk, but the moment that I saw the dude pull out the Timbs, I was excited. I didn't know what was happening, but I was excited.
Yeah,
and then it went straight downhill. It was like the Raging Bull at Six Flags.
You know who fucked that up for everybody? Dwight Howard.
What, for being too good?
Dwight Howard fucked up the use of props because as soon as something comes up, you're gonna think it's the next Superman. You know?
Okay.
Like, I don't know who used props before Blake Griffin jumping over at Kia like that.
And now look at Kia; they're doing great.
They're doing amazing.
Like Kia, ever since that fucking, ever since that jump, Kia has only gone up.
Yeah.
Blake
Kia
Griffin
Forte,
did great things for.
But
Kia.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's take it back to when dunking was just amazing. Like, dude, fucking do a cartwheel or windmill before you do a jump into the air. You know, like. And then you had Dwight Howard pulling out the Superman, but see, that was back then. It was cool because it was like him and Nate Robinson.
Well, Dwight Howard was also fucking like 13 feet in the air. So.
Yeah, and Nate Robinson was 5'5", jumping 10 feet. Like,
jumping fucking Dwight Howard.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think they need to retire all that and just You know,
I agree with whoever said it. They gotta rearrange Saturday night and make the main event the 3-point shootout because the dunk contest until the dunk contest can prove itself.
Fuck the Dwights.
Fuck Dwight Howard.
Fuck the dunk contest.
Fuck Dwight.
Let's bring in a one-on-one challenge, man.
Oh yeah, you were talking about
let's play
that.
speed. Yeah,
I would love to see that. You get like,
and the best of the best though. None of this like, oh, this guy's from the Suns, but he plays on the bench. Like, no, let's get LeBron out there.
I feel like that'd be pretty cool though.
Let's
like,
let Kyrie play against James Harden or something. You know,
that'd be pretty cool.
Let's have Clay shoot against Steph or.
Well, they did have I don't know why they didn't keep doing it. I liked it. They had one year where they had like a horse competition. Do you remember they played it like outside?
No. Was that like a pregame or a pre-show thing?
I don't even know when it was, but they for at least 1 year.
Bulls. Wow. Oh, it's the third quarter. Cool. They're down by like 30.
Oh.
Yeah.
Against the Pelicans?
67. No, the Miami Heat.
Even better.
Yeah, they're battling for first.
No,
not
battling.
Struggling to stay afloat.
Looking like the fucking Lakers yesterday.
Oh my god, dude! Did you see John Morant put in that work against the Bulls though?
No, he probably did.
He embarrassed them.
Yeah, but they had a horse competition 1 year, and like Kevin Durant competed, and I think he won. He like hit a jumper from like behind the backboard, like 35 feet away or something.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was really cool. I thought they were gonna keep doing it, and then they didn't. Obviously,
I saw this meme that was like the NBA hasn't been the same since and it was like the Christmas commercial where they're all shooting the jingle.
Yeah, they're doing the Jingle Bell song.
Yeah, that is cool. I miss the old NBA. I miss the NBA. Yeah, that Kanye. See,
I miss the old Kanye.
I miss the old NBA. Bring back fucking Stern. What's his name?
David Stern.
Did he die?
No, he's around.
Yeah, bring him back. Yeah,
bring him
back.
The
bald guy.
Yeah. Do you think it's just the fact that you remember that as like the NBA like prime when you were watching NBA and you're like reflecting on it with nostalgia?
Are we just getting old?
Yeah, that's where I was going with this.
Yeah.
Or do you think it's legit? Like the NBA now is not as cool as it was in the early aughts.
I don't know, because that could go either way. It's like you've seen it all, so now you're just not amused. But at the same time, it's like, what kind of music is this? Turn this shit down. You know, like, are we just old?
I don't know.
Yo, this is the equivalent of AM radio for a bunch of old people.
I mean,
talk radio.
The dunk competition was bad.
It was really bad.
It was bad.
But to the kid that knows everything about NFTs, when that guy pulled out the chain, it was like,
see, amazing. But that's not even about the dunk. Like, I feel like you can show a kid today like older dunk competitions and you're like, oh, that was a really good dunk. Or like this dunk competition is arguably a lot better than this one, even though this one is in super shitty quality.
Or is it also a reflection that there was no library of older shit before that because there was no YouTube? So it's like, about Vince Carter putting his arm through the rim, but you can't see it whenever you want, True. Because they only show on ESPN
like once a year.
But
if somebody were to do that, though, like if the dude who tried to do that and failed miserably,
he did.
Like he got like this much of his arm in.
It was bad.
All he did was hurt himself.
Yeah, essentially.
Like if that guy were to pull it off, I feel like it would be just as amazing to see it again, just to be able to see someone else do it.
But he's just recreating what's been done. There's no Kanyes in the world. There's no pioneers.
Well, that is exactly my point to that one bitch. Obviously right now it seems like there's nothing left. Like there's nowhere left for the dunk competition to go.
Yeah.
But there's some fucking kid out there who in like 10 years is going to go into dunk competition and fucking obliterate what people think is possible.
But like what though?
You're going to pull something off.
You got to impress the world. You got to jump, be able to sit on top of the backboard and then, do something crazy.
You just got to do it. Like,
because seeing MJ fly from the foul line,
3-point line.
I know. Oh, imagine they could jump from the 3-point line. No, but dude, imagine being young, seeing MJ fly. Like, that must have been fucking mind blowing.
Yeah, but to that point, like,
or Dominique Wilkins just fucking.
Nobody's been able to do that really since then. Like, people have like done it, but they've like stepped on the line or like jumped right within the line. They tried it. Yeah.
It's all recreation.
Yeah, but if someone were to recreate it exactly, that would still be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a hard feat to do even for professional athletes.
Yeah. You'd be wide open, like no one. Yeah.
And then you just gotta. There's stuff out there. Somebody will think of something.
I don't know. I think they should scratch it for now, scrap it, and just.
Well, it's like before
a round of speed, just 1-on-1.
I do agree with that. 100%.
Get like 10 players to play.
But before like the Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, people were like, oh, there's no new dunks left.
That one was the last decent one.
Yeah, but for the like 3 years before that, people were like, there's no dunks left. And then they came out with a fuckload of new dunks that nobody had seen before.
So this is like the market. It just goes up and down. Like
yeah, essentially.
we hit a valley right now. We're gonna peak at another point. Yeah.
So it's really easy, like the year before that dunk competition happened, to be like, oh, the dunk competition sucks. There's no new dunks. Or in the case of this girl, it's really easy to come up with shit when people don't know shit.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not.
She was on the right track though. Like,
but it's not, because like before Aaron Gordon fucking sat on a ball in midair, nobody had ever thought of that.
Dope. Yeah, that's true.
So to say that nothing new can exist just because you personally can't think of anything new, I feel like is not a great stance to take.
I feel like she was waiting for something new to exist, though. I don't think she was saying that nothing's ever going to be new again, but I think she was just waiting.
Well, her thing was saying it's not impressive because nothing existed, but like nothing.
So it's like me saying dunk contest sucks because we haven't seen that.
Because there's no new dunks. Yeah.
Also, scratch these. I'm sorry, but these NBA legends are just giving out 9s for no reason because the camera's on them. Bro, come on.
They gotta update the judge panel.
They gotta update the shit out of it. Get Tracy McGrady in there. Get Vince
Zach
Carter
in there. Get Vince Carter in there.
See, but we're all old now because now we're like our old guys are.
Yeah, get our old guys in there. Yeah. Fuck the judges. Get new judges.
Go acapella.
Fuck a judge. I go acapella.
I don't know, man. We got a long way to go before I'm impressed by the NBA. But for now, though, we're going to wait and see DeMar DeRozan get the MVP. We're going to have the Bulls win the championship. That's a lot of high hopes. And
that's a lot of things you're trying to materialize.
Listen, I'm just trying to see comedians prosper at the Comedy Store. That's all I want to do in life.
I want to see comedians prosper, and I want to see the Bulls win a championship.
I just want to work on making up words,
Simple man.
I just want to get my bunny rabbit feet back.
What?
I don't know. See, my mind doesn't think that fast.
You just got to keep at it. You just got to keep saying random shit, and eventually you'll strike gold.
Oh. The term strike gold was never a thing until
somebody
started gold mining out west.
Exactly.
So if you were living in the 13 colonies on the east side, be like, oh man, dude, don't worry about it, dude. Next job, you're gonna strike gold. Be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Strike gold. Why would I want gold? No. Heavy as fuck.
Yeah, what are you, weirdo? Like, that's not a thing. They didn't know about the Comedy Store on the west side. Think about it. All right, I think we wrap it up there.
Yeah, I think we're good. That's a good one to nibble on.
What? We just got Treto Radio, man. Thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, just make up words.
Make up words and fucking commit.
Yeah. Swipe right sometimes. Look at this. No, look at you. Just swiped left again. You went back to her page, found her again.
Left again.
Swiped left a little PS note.
You know how much money I had to pay to be able to go back to that profile?
I created a whole new profile.
I created a whole profile. Fucking rapid rejected.
She's gonna be like, yeah, this guy and his twin brother really didn't like me. Treto Without a Radio. Tune in next week. Or we'll be live from Phoenix.
All right.
No, it's not gonna happen. Relax.
Chill.
This is the part where I'm editing. I'm like, man, I hope I don't miss when Rene hits that button. Because that button, literally, that's when the outro music starts. Ooh. You have full power right now, like that. That's that button. That's that button, baby.
That's that button.
That's all that right. Benjamin right there.
See, there you go. Yeah, Benjamin button.
There you go. All right, tune in.